Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your donkeys. It's season 3 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw. With your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, plus Quick Nick, our esteemed regulars, and Australia's best-looking creators. Many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Now, let's get stanky.
Hey, welcome to episode 83 of ComX. Oh, there we go. ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, or Drink and Dance, or Dance and Draw, or whatever we're calling it these days. How did he do that? He did. Nice one.
He did that during the intro music. I just saw him splatting himself.
I am also. I just noticed now. Wow,
That's interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, you pop a pimple or something?
Sorry, Sis. We're drawing Optimus Prime this week, aren't we? You can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why we
So
have
we're
a
doing
celebrity on the show?
Kratos. Is it pronounced Kratos?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, cool. We're doing Kratos tonight from God of War. And our special guest is Kieran Alexander.
Yeah, you can tell we know almost nothing about this character.
Everyone.
Shocker. But we did, yeah, g'day. But we do have some people on the show, thankfully, who do know what they're talking about. There's one of them, Kratos himself. I think he's made a mess of his desk. Someone else who makes a mess of his desk. Well, that sounds weird. It's Quick. Hey, man.
My desk is extremely clean. Thank you very much.
Runs a tight ship over there.
That's right.
I'm off to a horrible start. Kelsey, welcome back. Thank God you're here.
Yay! Thank you. I'm so all the chaos. I love it.
Yeah, bring it on. And Alex, we've missed you. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been in all sorts of cool places, but I'll keep you. I'll update you later on the show.
Okay.
So let's get it. Kratos is below me, and that's awesome. I'm happy we have a celebrity. Is this our first celebrity from a video game that's on our?
Yeah, we did have Pac-Man on earlier, but this is the first humanoid.
Just season 1 back in 1974.
Now you think Nick looks the part? Wait till you hear him. He can do the voice perfectly. Nick May, aka Kratos, take it away.
I am Kratos. Okay, I don't know Kratos.
Someone will. Hopefully, God of War fans, someone will hopefully know something. Someone who does potentially know something, Daryl Chu, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good to have you here.
I don't know that much, but a little bit more.
Yeah. You'll definitely know more than this next guy. Dave, Di, welcome back. We have missed you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm back and I survived my holiday, which was really nice to do.
And we should put the 3 thumbs together. There they go. All right. Thumb number 3. Shannon, welcome back, my brother.
Now, if I shake my head, you can actually see your future in it.
Okay. And of course, as Sizzle said, Kieran Alexander is our guest on the show. Welcome, sir, to said show. Now we do have a satellite delay with Kieran, so it'll be kind of like speaking to the budgie down the mine sort of thing. So bear with us when it comes to our awesome
Is it a
creative
promotion for Quick Nick when you're talking about budgies?
Apparently, there's a delay with Alex too, but that's a delay in here, unfortunately. Not much we can do about that one. Internet's not going to fix that one. All right, Sis. We'd like to start with you. So, is that Kieran's that's got the echo going?
I believe it is.
Okay. Well, Kieran, we might just mute you just while we go around the room for other people, and then we'll unmute you when it's your turn. Until then, Sis, of course, you're a massive PlayStation 2 guy. 40,000 copies, 4.6. No, what did I say? 4.6 million copies, actually, of God of War #1 on PlayStation 2. Of course, you clocked the game, as the kids say. Now, give us some of your fondest memories about it.
I remember hearing about it a few weeks ago when Kieran asked, "Can we do this topic?" I remember looking it up, going, "Who the hell's this Kratos fellow?" And I found out he was a computer game character. There's my knowledge.
So everything you said, that message that you sent me, none of this is true. Spedsy, no. I played this game. I clocked it, as the kids say, 4.6 million copies.
I was just trying to look good. I'm sorry.
Okay. You always look good, mate. Well, Sis, who would be your favorite video game character, if not Kratos?
Not really a character, because I play StarCraft. So the only character I really know of is the Queen of Blades. And she's not really my favorite character. I just know her name.
What's her name?
Queen of Blades.
I have a follow-up question to that.
That's her title.
That's her title. I don't know what her name is. I don't know. Allison, something like that.
It's Sarah Kerrigan.
To this. Do you ever challenge like Korean players when you play StarCraft? Do you get online and just get on?
No, just play against the computer.
Okay.
I'm pretty simple. I like to keep it nice and simple. The computer's a bit dumb, so I can win. So
in your face, AI.
Yeah.
Dave, did you just drop the name of the StarCraft Queen of Blades lady?
I did.
Sarah Kerrigan. How do you know that?
Because I played StarCraft years ago, and it's embedded in my brain.
Wow. You're the one who clocked a game on PlayStation 2, as the kids say.
Yeah, there you go. I might have too.
Well, so, guys, God of War. So my favorite, this ties in, my favorite video game character is, of course, CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now, that would be the #1 selling game on PlayStation 2. Now, God of War #1, who can tell me it's on the chart? It's in the top 20. What do we got? What numbers are coming in at?
12.
19.
Ooh, this is a Price of Right type thing. So I think, Alex, you're closest without going over. It was 14th on the PlayStation 2 charts.
What do I win? Do I win the game?
No.
What about PlayStation 3? Can I have that?
I might be able to get it at like cash converters or something for quite cheap these days. PlayStation 2 games. Yeah. Gran Turismo 3 comes in at #2. Then Gran Turismo 4. Then Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Oh, now, Dave, help me out with this. Too many of these games have got Roman numerals. Okay. We're not Romans, guys. Why don't everything need... Look, Final Fantasy X. So is that 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. GTA, and then it's 3 I's. So GTA 3. All right, I got that one. Yep. Metal Gear Solid 2. Tekken 5. Final Fantasy X 1. So that's 12?
12.
Yep.
Because the Romans just love Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts. Then Final Fantasy X2. Now that's X and then the #2. So I don't know what's going on there.
No, that's a bit weird.
×2.
Dragon Quest V, and then 3 I's. So that's
8.
I thought V was 4.
V is 5. 4 is IV.
Oh, right. Okay. Kingdom Hearts 2, God of War, and then 15th is Madden 2005, and then God of War 2 comes in at number 16. So there you go. Now, quick, you're a guy that knows his Roman history. How did the Roman Empire fall in the end?
Can I have the video game question, please?
Oh, sure. Sorry, yeah, it was one of the two. All right, so Kratos, do you know anything of Kratos? Follow-up question, who's your favorite video game character?
My girlfriend recently played both God of Wars, the new ones. So I got to watch her do it. So I learned a little bit about the whole thing. It's kind of fun watching her play a game because I've played games my whole life and she's just discovering them. So she'll have questions like, where do I go next? I'm like, where the crosshair's pointed. That little thing that says 8 meters, that's where you want to go. Oh. So it's interesting how much a game will give you like assumed knowledge. And she's coming in fresh. And so she's learning all the ropes. That's been really fun.
Hey, Dave.
My favorite video game character, I'd have to say Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. He's my guy. I like that.
I thought you meant Solid Snake from the Nokia 3610 or whatever, like the little guy that goes around.
That's my favorite. No, I'm joking. He's not, but he's cool. He's my third favorite.
I think Quick was maybe 3 when those phones were.
I played Snake on a brick phone.
It's called a Nokia 5110, my friend, not a brick.
My older sister's yellow Nokia phone.
Was the number I said, Alex, was that even a model or did I just make it up?
What number did you say?
Nokia 3610 or something, I think I said.
Probably. I don't know. I just know the ones I had. Actually, I don't know the second phone. The first one I had was a 5110. Then I had some 6 and 3 random numbers afterwards. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry,
now, Quick.
I can't turn on shuffle.
Oh, somebody has a new lady in the house.
Hey Siri, what's my address?
Your address is 50.
No, I'm just joking. Oh, gee, someone's getting swatted. Sorry. So, Quick, your lady friend. Why God of War as her first video game? It seems.
She did dabble with the old ones back in the day on like a brother's console or something, and then she was like, "I'm gonna revisit." Apparently, in that version, you have to like seduce women and stuff. You like by like mashing buttons to simulate.
It's like Little Super Larry.
Yeah. So
I remember that game.
I mean, that's how I did
all
it.
those elements were missing from this game, but.
That's how I did it in the early aughts, in the clubs, see some girls, mash some buttons. That's how we were all doing it. Now,
You're single a lot, weren't you, Rob?
Some say I still am. What? Kelsey, now pace yourself because we're going to need you a lot throughout this episode. But give us a little bit about God of War. And what's it about? Why you love it? In 3 words or less.
Oh god. Okay, I'm already used up all my words. I would say, depending on which game you're playing, God of War is about. Well, okay, the original games are about revenge, violence, retribution, I guess, against the gods. I mean, the first God of War I played was the 3rd one, and then I went back and played the other ones a lot later. But my first real memories were of the 3rd one, and that's basically where you're playing Kratos, and he's just like in a mad, violent flurry against like the gods, and you just go through and basically brutalize all of them. Essentially,
Why?
I think they kill or they take his wife. I can't remember the storyline now because it's been so long since I played it. I haven't played the new one yet, but I'm really want to. I actually can't remember. All I remember is in the 3rd one, I was really excited because you could kill you could kill Apollo and behead him, and then use his head as a torch because he's the god of the sun. So his eyes would have like light coming out of them, so you'd use them like this. It was just the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I'd say violence is the main theme behind Kratos.
Right. Now, which aspect of that did you love the most? Do you have a general dislike for Apollo, or you're really into beheadings, or it's like torch based heads? What? There was a lot to unpack there, or just the whole.
There's a lot to unpack. Well, I liked the gameplay. First and foremost, it looked really cool. That helps. I liked the the Greek mythology, and I think later the new one's North mythology now from memory, but I haven't looked too closely into it. So I like that you had this game that was really dark and violent and interesting, and then took all these Greek mythology monsters and figures and like made this entire story. And you were playing such an angry dude, but he was just like really compelling in that sense to play, because you would just like absolutely destroy everyone and anything, and you'd be so angry about it, and you'd just be like, I don't know, it was just really captivating playing game God of War for me, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I sound like a psychopath now. I don't kill people, I promise.
Hey, that's my face. That's triggering, because they used to call me Torch Face back in the day. The whole thing. Just because my eyes are really bright and sparkly. Kelsey, so is Ares the god of war in God of War, or is Kratos the god of war?
That's a good question. Fuck. I mean, shoot. I think
that's been our show for this week.
Everyone, I ruined it. I think like Kratos is like the unofficial god of war in this, I think, but technically Ares obviously is the god of war, and like Athena's the god of war and strategy. So I think like there's definitely overlaps. So I'm not 100% sure where the god of
I
war
think there are
comes from.
several gods of war. Like you become a god of war because there's so many gods.
Yeah.
I could be very wrong.
Yeah, because like Ares has brothers who kind of deal with different aspects of different war things as well. So it's definitely lots of overlap. So Kratos isn't the only god of war, I think.
Yeah, right. Because in my original research, when they were developing the game, it was Kratos, the god of warts, and the gameplay was all basically you would go around and shake hands with other people and pass your warts on to them.
There's a lot of frogs in that version.
Yeah, it didn't get past the pitch, the original pitch meeting, but there's still hope for the god of warts. Speaking of the god of warts, Alex, if you were a god of something, what would you be?
I don't know, something inappropriate.
A god of kebab,
big, witty and smart. So just whatever offends you, Rob, I'll be the god of that.
That's a long title, though. God of whatever offends you, Rob. I'll be the god of that.
Specifically you, Rob. Like, I don't want to offend Nick.
Right. Oh, so not all Robs, just so like Rob Liefeld.
But I don't know, but you know
Rob
what? I think because you and me are going for the whole Michael Moore look. Maybe I'd be like, just want to be a god of that fan club.
Okay.
Or cosplayers, just the Michael Moore cosplayers. I want to be the god of that crowd.
Okay, Alex Major, god of Michael Moore fan
cosplayers, yeah.
Fan cosplayers, right? Sure. Yeah, that takes me back.
Is that Rob or is that Rob Zombie or Rob Lyle?
Yeah, the other famous Rob Liefeld, of course, and then Rob De Castella, Australian marathon runner. So when I was a kid, whenever I was caught running, I would get Rob De Castella. that old chestnut. Speaking of chestnuts, here's a guy with a couple. Nick. Oh wait, no, Alex. I didn't ask you who your favorite character, your favorite video game
Sonic
character.
the Hedgehog. I'm a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Got all the games on my phone. I also got a Switch. Got Sonic Mania on that. So I mean, I'm fan of the 2D Sonic games. 3D ones a bit, like as the kids say, it's a bit ass. Which is.
Did the kids say that?
I believe so. I don't know. The kids of 2004. Big the adults now. They don't say that at all. I think they've got a.
So in the Alex video game, we've got you running really fast, wearing a Michael Moore costume.
Oh, no. In a video game, I'm more of a puzzle game. So it'd be like Puyo Puyo, where you've got the little faces and they make expressions. So you've got different Michael Moore guys, and then we're just basically matching colors. So
okay.
Columns or Puyo Puyo. Or Puzzle Fighter for the other video game nerds.
I wanted birds to attack you and then all your rings fall out. But
yeah, the birds attacking me, that's also... Well, that's what happens when I lose, when I don't match the colors fast enough. All the birds come in and just attack me, all sorts. And then
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Kratos. Which actually was one of the sports that you competed in as a youngster, I do recall, down at the Oval. You all line up in a row, grab a crate, and toss it as far as you could. You were a huge tosser back in the day, am I right?
Maybe you've got me confused with Nick May. I'm not sure.
What do you got, Nick? Do you know Kratos?
Yeah, I have intimate knowledge of Kratos.
Okay.
I remember so well when that first game came out, and I just had a goatee. And then another game came out, and I had a slightly different goatee, and so did Kratos. And every time a new game came out of God of War, I had just previously shaped my beard. And it turns out that I'm following Kratos's facial hair fashion, or he's following mine. It's just we have an intimate connection.
Right.
As for the game, I've missed all of the games. I've never played any of them. And I'm glad that you cleared up the whole thing about who was the God of War. I was a bit confused with that, but I do remember that Gene Simmons was the God of Thunder and rock and roll. Whoa.
You're thinking of Thor was the God of Thunder.
Gene Simmons.
Oh. I've been reading the wrong books.
Well, in a street fight, I reckon Gene Simmons could take on Chris Hemsworth. Just laying that one out there.
I'm with you on that.
There you go. See,
if the fight was in the early 70s, he would easily beat Chris Hemsworth.
I'm thinking 1986.
Well, yeah.
When was Chris Hemsworth born?
That's what I was going to say. He's got a
85.
solid advantage there because Chris Hemsworth was a fetus, and Gene Simmons.
Okay, that just
twinkle in his dad's eye.
Nick, we were all fetuses at one point.
I mean, you were. I was born in an egg. On a mountain top.
You're not born in an egg. Are you born in a womb? It's not how it works.
No one else was assembled in a factory then?
You're born when you crack out of the egg, aren't you?
I don't know.
I was in a band called oviparous, mate. Oviparous is the term given to any creature that lays an egg in order to give birth. So in this room...
Monotremes.
What?
Monotremes.
Monotreme.
What's a monotreme, Dave?
Come on, mate.
A mammal that lays eggs.
Nothing. What's a monotreme with you?
Please don't call me Shirley. No.
Really?
Right. A monotreme is a marsupial that lays eggs. Is that what you... So we're talking platypus?
Yeah. And echidna.
Echidna, and that's it.
There you go.
You just think, right. So there's only two of them, and we need to give them a whole name, a whole sub name.
Their own genre.
Yeah. Speaking of genres, Nick, video games. What was the last video game you played? And if you got to, go.
Asteroids was the last video game I played on the Atari 2600, and as the kids say, I clocked it. That was in, I'm going to say, about 1983. I just remember playing Asteroids for an inordinate amount of time, and I clocked it. And then I tried to do the same thing with Missile Command, and I did not clock it.
Is that really the last video game you played? Not even like walking through Target and you picked up the controller for 2 minutes. And what about like when your kids were playing video games?
So they played some Tekken game with volleyball in it. I'm not sure what that was, but it didn't seem appropriate for me to play it. So I just let my young children play it.
Nick, is that the one with the bikini babes?
I don't know, Alex. It would be inappropriate for me to say. I do remember my son was playing one of those Call of Duty games or something, and he had to leave temporarily, and he said, "Dad, can you play this for me?" and I remember dying almost instantly. And my son hasn't spoken to me since. And that was about 28 years ago.
I love that your son was playing video games and then turned to you and said, "Father, I need to leave temporarily."
That's how we raised them in the Kratos household.
Yeah. Awesome. Daryl, are you a big God of War person?
Nah, I had a PlayStation when I was growing up, but I never got into God of War. I think it was too violent for my parents.
Yeah. Favorite PlayStation game back in the day?
Oh, yeah, easily Ratchet and Clank, if you know what that is.
I know the toys. I've actually never seen the game, but I have sold many action figures of them when working.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool like little platformer, like action platformer. But I remember seeing a bunch of God of War gameplay from like my mates back in the day, and I just thought like, wow, this looks like super violent. I'd like to play it, but no, my parents were a bit too cautious with that one. So
yeah. Who would be your favorite video game character?
Oh, it's kind of a loaded question. Hold on. Probably off the top of my head, probably Captain Price from the Call of Duty series.
Okay.
Price.
Yeah,
I didn't think of Call of Duty as a very character-based sort of, like you just run around, you see a gun, and that's it. But
yeah, you'd think that, but the original like story modes, they had a character called Captain Price, and he was like he was meant to be like this top dog SAS like captain. Yeah, he was he made you feel cool. Like everything he did was just like, super badass. It's like, it's like those old like action movies. They just anything they say is like just, it's just stone cold. So
was he kind of the guy that like led you through sort of thing? Like whenever you had to like get back to the chopper or whatever, like he was the guy, like we work private, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you just pretty much did like a dead-on impression, basically.
Oh.
But yeah, he just like, he'd tell you like what to do and, tell you to move your ass if you needed to. And
move your ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm almost as good as Nick May's Kratos.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, you're pretty dead on.
Now, of course, Daryl, if you're not familiar with the show, we will be chatting to you in a little bit as we like to get to know our first-timers. But a gentleman who's almost a first-timer, it's been too long. Dave, give us a little, where have you been?
I've been over in the land of the long white cloud.
Oh, where's that?
Sleeping?
And I really enjoyed it.
Heaven?
I had a great time over there.
Did you die, Dave? Are you in heaven? Where's the long white cloud?
New Zealand. The Shaky Isles, mate.
Oh. The Shaky Isles?
Yeah.
You got so many weird names. For those that are new to the show, Dave's got all these names for Queenslanders what they're like banana bangers or something, and Victorians are like sausage schnitzels. What's all the names, Dave? Crow eaters,
sand grapers, cabbage patches, corn stalks.
Corn stalks.
Dave, do you have offensive words for Eastern Europeans?
I was going to say something, but I'm glad.
Yeah, no, we'll.
I'll go for it. I'm the only Eastern European watching this show.
You don't know that.
Alex,
any of the other Hungarians?
If you are peeing, could you go to the toilet? I don't want European on the show.
Clean up.
Shannon.
Mate, you're getting better, mate. You got better while I was away. Your jokes are just absolutely humming.
Really? No, Dave, I think you just... Why did I fall for that? Son of a... See, I'm out of practice talking with you as well, Dave. It's, hurtful. All right. Shannon, do you know much of God of War / Kratos?
You're speaking to the wrong family member. My girlfriend, Ash, she knows games like nothing else, so she'd probably know a lot more about it.
I think we have a copy of
camera.
What's that?
Is she just off camera?
No, she's downstairs.
Ah, you're just like looking off to the side.
Yeah, I look like you're looking at her.
No,
Yeah.
I was looking at my drawing of my drawing reference of Kratos right here.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, nah, she knows more about that stuff than I have. I've watched like the occasional gameplay video about it, but not enough to really know a lot about it. I just know he hangs out with his son. He's very angry at gods. I think he's basically like a video game version of Gore, the God Killer, that was in the most recent Thor movie.
Yeah, right.
Similar sort of story. That's about all I really know about. I was about to call him Gore. Kratos.
If you were a god of something, Shannon, what would you be?
I'll be honest with you. I would like to be like one of the Asian gods, because the Asian gods, like they were the gods that you'd have the god of death and rice pudding sort of thing. That's an actual thing.
Okay.
So I'd like to be like the god of something really major and really stupid. So like the god of like the god of mirth or something like that, and also the god of like closing your eyes when you sneeze.
Okay. Well,
Shannon,
and then I guess
Shannon, don't say stupid and major in the same sentence. Alex gets upset.
Yeah, I'm easily offended, Shannon.
Dave, your jokes have gotten better as well, Dave. I just
Slightly more biting.
I've had 3 weeks to work on it, mate.
Dave's come back as an insult comic. Nailed it.
I think Dave was just there fighting for my honor. I love you too, Dave.
I was, mate. I was trying to look after you.
Thank you.
Shannon, you must have a favorite video game character.
The most recent one I really liked was Aloy from the Horizon games. Forbidden West was the most recent one, and the one before that was Zero Dawn, which I thought she was a great character, and they were great games. All-time favorite would have to be probably George, Ralph, and Lizzie from Rampage.
Oh, yeah.
Going all the way back.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Did you watch the Rock movie?
I did. I liked it. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was what you signed up for, pretty much. The Rock and some giant things smashing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't try to overcomplicate it too much. So it was just like, what do we need? Big monsters smashing a city. Okay, that's what you got.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Well, we go from the god of rice pudding to the god of bad internet connections. We got this comment through. So
yeah.
All right, so we don't know if we've got Shannon. Shannon. We do have Shannon. We don't know if we've got Kieran.
We've got a question for Dave, though.
Oh, Dave.
Hang on. Nathan, that's a rigger. It's a nylon one. I did have a sable rigger, but the sable was too soft and flexible. This is a nylon one. It's a bit more rigid, and that just makes it easier to get the lines the way easier to get the lines where I want them. But yeah, that's what it is.
There you go, Nathan.
Bit of long bristles.
Dave, you going for an earlier version of Kratos with the?
Oh, is it?
Well, just I'm only going by what Nick May said about he started off with just a goatee and then went to a beard and.
He's fully bearded now, right?
Yeah, it's been a few months since the first one. Now, there's a few people who I didn't ask what they would be the god of. So, Sis, what would you be the god of?
I don't know.
So you're a mystical being. You're a myth, but you're said to oversee. Like every time you hear thunder, that's Thor sending down a thunderbolt. Every time a servo sells another kebab, that's Alex Major, the god of kebabs.
Hey, I can't claim God for that one. I'm pretty much sticking to my lane of Michael Moore cosplay.
Yeah.
Community.
So what would you be, Sis? Or like, doesn't like what would you like to be?
Probably the god of healing, if that's a thing.
Wow, taking it serious.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you
Sorry,
want
I
to
couldn't
heal
think
the
of a funny
world,
version. So
make
You wanna
it
be
a
a
better
doctor?
place.
Very noble of you, mate.
So, as the god of healing, are you doing any hands-on healing, or are you just like anytime like a doctor heals someone, you're just like, "Yep, that was
I'm
me, the god of healing."
taking credit. That's the way it
Yeah.
works.
It's just like Thor is taking credit for natural weather occurrence. You're just like, "Yep,
Yeah.
that doctor did good work because I'm the god of healing." Nailed it. Quick, what are you taking credit for as the god of what?
I don't know. I'll be the god of sleeping in. I reckon I'll take credit for that.
Oh, that's
That's a
nice.
good one. That's what I want people to remember me for.
You might be my actual god because I
There we
sleep
go.
in. I think
Yeah.
I would be the god of blasphemy with this whole god talk that we're doing now. So
Burn in hell, mate.
yeah, Kieran, have we got you?
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Kieran.
Is there a delay or is it good?
no, you sound good.
Oh, okay.
Just my brain.
It was about your turn to tell us. Well, you chose Kratos. Why? What's so cool about him? Tell us about him and the game and what you like about it.
Well, when Sizzle asked me to be on the show, I was just about finishing up on the new game.
Right.
And I was obsessed. So I figured why not keep that going and pay tribute to an awesome character. Yeah, absolute awesome game. Such a cool character and quite definitive features. So I figured he'd be a good choice for people to, do their take on him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never played the game, but I don't know why, but the imagery on the thing just didn't speak to me. But I watched some gameplay today. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Would you say particularly I'm playing Valhalla at the moment, which is all, dudes running around with big swords, smacking people. The gameplay I saw today, Kratos is running around, he's climbing things, he's hitting people with big swords. Is there a crossover, you think? Would I like God of War if I'm an Assassin's Creed person?
I think so, yeah. Probably not quite as open or as big as the Assassin's Creed games are. But I guess a similarity would be that they're both AAA in nature. They both, take on a lot of more cinematic sensibilities, which a lot of more recent high budget games do. And that's something that appeals to me a lot. And so if that's a part of the appeal to you for Assassin's Creed, then absolutely, definitely jump into the new God of War games. They're awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Well, while we've got you, I just heard your connection start to echo. So while we've got you, we're going to quickly do our creator spotlight segment before you drop out again. So we'll see you after the break.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
This week's guest, of course, is Kieran Alexander, a Perth-based writer of comic books, teaming up with a friend of the show, Chris Wood, an artist who's been on a bunch of times working on a book called The Coffee Table, which I'm to understand is coming out sometime this year. Kieran, of course, welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey into comics and what brought you here, what you like about comic books, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, sure. Well, I love comic books, as you could imagine. I think because I've always been a writer as well, I've always been a creative. I think what I like about comics in particular is I've always had an eye for the more cinematic side of things, like I mentioned with like God of War and video games as well. And I feel like comic books is the perfect medium to be able to create something with that modern cinematic edge without requiring like a huge team, like a movie or a TV show would require. And I just think there's something so cool about that you can especially if you're a writer and artist, you could create something by yourself and, you know what I mean, just make it look really awesome. So I've always been drawn to that, but unfortunately I'm not the best when it comes to the art side of things. So now that I've met Chris Wood, a local artist who's absolutely amazing, I met him because I was working at a comic book shop and he was a customer. And I knew he was really awesome at comic art. So I sent him my script and he liked it. So that was going on 1.5 years ago now. So yeah, pretty much ever since then, we've been working on this book and hopefully have it out this year. And yeah, we're super excited.
Do you still work in a comic shop?
I do, yes.
Yeah, so I did 11 years in a comic book store, and you know, some of it I loved, some of it drove me insane. Give it like you dig it, like what? Give us a little something about, you know, the ups and downs of life in a comic book store.
I love it. It's so awesome. You know, it's great to be surrounded by your passion.
Yeah.
And people come in that share that passion and you can bond with them. For example, I was working at a particular comic book shop in Perth and then decided to try my hand at full-time work, an actual day job. Didn't love it that much. So now I'm working at another comic book shop at Perth. So I'm back where I love to be. And it's also great for networking as a creative. You can meet all sorts of people. That's how I met Chris. So yeah, would highly recommend it to anyone with a passion for comic books. If you get the opportunity to work in a comic book store, it certainly hasn't exhausted that passion.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, being this is called Drink and Draw, I want people to take a drink every time they watch Shannon look for his reference material. Shannon,
you're going to be shattered by the end of the night.
Maybe it would be handy if you put your reference material even further back, because I'm just not sure you're wrenching your neck. You almost have to spin all the way around to. Anyway, that's not what we're doing right now. We're talking to Kieran. So Kieran, tell us about. So obviously we've spoken to Chris before. His artwork is amazing. So how goes the coffee table comic? What's it about, and when can we expect it?
Well, it's about a coffee table.
Okay.
Yeah, the title is very accurate. It is about a coffee table. It's about a magic coffee table, to be more specific. It's about a couple of roommates who are young and on the lower side of socioeconomic wealth. So they come across this magic coffee table that presents an opportunity to them to abuse for financial gain. So that's what they choose to do, kind of mindlessly, because who wouldn't? And then as the story progresses, they realize the mistake they may have made in doing so. So I won't spoil any more than that, but it's there's certainly a turning point in the story where things get a little darker.
Okay. Well, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with my work, but I do a book called The Devil's Toilet. So between your magic coffee table and my toilet that can walk around and talk, if we could just, like Alex, if you could do like a, you know, like God's couch or something, we could get a whole like.
I think you two should do a crossover comic. I think you guys should do that first.
Well, we need to get the toilet and the coffee table.
Because you can fold it, like you should have it to it. So if you have it on one side, it folds into a coffee table, and if you fold it, and if you put it on the other side, it folds into a toilet.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, that's because we're trying to find a way that people can poop into the. What are you talking about? Coming into a toilet. So Kieran, how close are we to the book coming out? Are we like pages inked? Like the script is done. Where are we? Where are you at in the process?
It's definitely a long process. It's quite a long book. It's around 90 pages long. So
yeah,
all credit to Chris for the amount of work he's putting in. He's working tirelessly, and his work is absolutely amazing. So I'm happy to wait patiently as he goes. But as far as release schedule and how far we are into the process. I'd say we're probably about 50% through, give or take.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
hoping to have a release sometime this year. But if you follow us on Instagram, that's the best place to see our progress and how we're coming along.
Yeah, sure. And what would be your Instagram? Oh, it's right there on the screen.
Yeah, my handle's right there below my name.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, go and check out Kieran's work. It's super hard, right, to promote yourself as a writer. Like as an artist, there's visuals to show. On the internet, it's sort of like as a writer, you're like, check out my words.
It's been a bit like that, yeah. I mostly just post Chris's work and credit him. And yeah.
No worries. All right. Well, thanks, Kieran. All right, now let's thank you, Charlotte. Let's have a chat to Daryl. First time on the show. Daryl, can you tell maybe introduce yourself to our viewers as to who you are, what you do, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, right. I'm actually from Perth as well, like Kieran, and I'm a local artist who works on webtoons. And yeah, I'm currently working on a webtoon called Wildfire, which is about supernatural bushfires and one man's fight against them.
Hell yeah,
there it is.
I read some of that. It's awesome.
Yeah,
thanks, Sizzle. Yeah, it's basically one man's fight against all these like fire monsters hiding inside these bushfires, and like no one believes him. So yeah, it's just it's a pretty like metal like action comic that you can read in webtoons, and I'm hoping to get it printed this year. Part of it printed, so we can like you might see it at the Perth Comic Con this year. Definitely at Supernova. Yeah, all the major cons should be there. And yeah, you can check it. You can check the rest of my artwork out on my Instagram, which is also right there. Yeah, that's my that used to be a comic I used to work on. It's called Deadlock, and it's basically about that boy. He signs up for a job that is like real shady. He gets like transported into like a little pocket dimension in every shift, and he has to fight his coworkers for money. Yeah,
I want to find it on Webtoon. It's called Wildfire.
Yeah, Wildfire with a Y. Yeah, W-Y.
There you go. That's why it says can't find it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Do you color it as well? Is this all your coloring?
Oh yeah. This is all me. This is a one-man job.
Yeah, like the color choices here are insane. They are so beautiful.
Thank you. It's it's all like kind of what is it? It's all kind of like inspired off like the like anime, manga.
Right.
They especially digital art, they love to use like really poppy like color palettes, and that really appealed to me. So I wanted to like integrate that in my art.
Hell yeah!
So yeah,
you did something really adult content. Any previews to that?
Yeah. Same on webtoons. Deadlock.
What I thought was really smart. So I took a look at your webtoons today, and speaking of printing it later, like you still, even though it's in the webtoons format, you've still done it very panel based. So you can scroll it, but I can imagine you can easily turn that into pages.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of how to actually like turn it into a comic or like a physical copy, because it's like in like actual comic books or like graphic novels, there's like multiple panels on like one page. Obviously with webtoons it's more like big panels every time you're scrolling through, so it's kind of like real obvious what you're looking at. And I'm actually thinking of you know how like books open up like this way.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of having the physical copy open up maybe like this way.
Okay.
To get like a scroll kind of effect. That's cool. Still playing around with the idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's fun to experiment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know there are some that love that, but and not to like poop on your parade, but I remember X-Force 2 did half the book that way, and a few have, and it's just I like to read my comics in bed, and then when they flip it, and you're just like, oh, what? And so I'm holding it like a calendar. It's just like
it's just for the gimmick. A majority of the comic, I believe, should be read on Webtoons. It's optimized for it, so it's kind of like a cool little gimmick for people to get interested. You know, not a lot of people would have seen books like
Don't
that.
let Rob discourage you from your ideas and dreams. Please.
You're right, Alex. You're absolutely right.
No, definitely no. I mean, just the opinion of one idiot. Don't listen to me. Dave, didn't you? Anzac Legend was originally in landscape format.
Yeah, that's right. It was landscape format.
What made you change it up when you for the second printing?
Well, I decided I sold all the original 500 copies that I printed, and they were all landscape. And I decided that I wanted to print on demand, and you couldn't do landscape format on demand at that time. I don't know if you can now.
Yeah.
So I had to convert it all to portrait. And hang on.
Wow.
See if I can.
Seems weird they couldn't print it. I'll supply it to you sideways, and you print it normal ways, and then it's all good.
Yeah. So here's whoops, nearly spilled everything there. Here we go. That's the original there.
Oh wow. So different.
That was it. All landscape.
Beautiful.
Got like an old Phantom sort of or football flat sort of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that's it now. It's in a hardcover now, and it's all.
You know what speaking of what the kids would say, look at that glow up. You know what I'm saying? The first one looked cool, but look at the second one when you.
How old and in which year are those kids speaking?
Some
like
pages,
like 5-year-old from 2012.
Some pages are left landscape because I couldn't convert them, so they are
right.
You will have to flip them over like your calendar. But yeah, that's it now. That's the
so Dave. I mean, maybe it's gauche to talk about numbers live on the show, but I'm going for it. 500 copies of the original one. I mean,
500 original.
Yeah, like I'm sure there are some who American comic professionals that are like, I do 100,000 of Nightwing, on a Tuesday. But it's like for us indie creators here in Australia, 500, that's massive.
Yeah, well, you talk to Kieran Jack, he talks 5,000.
Yeah, but they're not those big graphic novels, though. They're just like normal comics. So.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's American distribution as well, right? But not just Australia.
Yeah, I think he has got an American distributor. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Does he?
So, Dave, you need to
get him back on the show to ask him.
You need to get your book in French, and then you'll sell at least 274,000.
Okay. All right.
Go to Angoulême, and then you can be a superstar.
Can you can you translate for me, mate? Can you do the?
Je suis désolé, mon français, c'est trop mal.
That's good enough.
All right, cool. So it'll be just like Borat French.
Hey, Sid, do you reckon we should take a look at some art, maybe?
Yep, just downloading one now. So if you want to start, go for your life.
Sure. So we've got a few Kratoses to take a look at, starting with Tom Tung.
Oh, Tom. Oh, good on you, Tom.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah, Tom.
So much energy.
Nice.
Very fun. Consider Nick May in that one.
Yeah.
Nick, what did you put on your face? What
I just used a knife. My youngest daughter found some face paint for me. Thanks, Lulu.
Cool. Does she have any other colors? Can we get like a whole rainbow going?
I don't want to get any more paint on the desk or on my iPad, so let's hope not.
Nick, how much do you trust your youngest daughter? Because maybe she told you it's face paint, but maybe you're going to be stuck like this for 3 weeks.
I think it'll just add to the incredible credibility that I carry around with me everywhere anyway.
Yeah, mate. Look good at school on Monday morning.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, fingers crossed you actually graduate this year, Nick. Of course.
Been a while.
Hang in there, mate.
Janet Locke with some Kratos action, up and down.
Ooh,
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Very-
wow.
Oh, nice.
very storybooky. I like it.
Coloured
that is
pencil, is
beautiful.
it? Looks nice.
Sure.
Kieran and or Kelsey, is the scar on his, well, definitely Kelsey now. Is the scar on his stomach, is that canon? that the thing?
Oh.
Maybe. I
Did
yeah, I
his
think it is.
appendix explode?
He's all scars, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe not the first games, but potentially in the newest one, because that's the bearded version, which I haven't played.
Mm.
I think it is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is canon in the new game.
Hey Dave, how up with medieval armor are you? What's going
not
on with
really.
this? He's got this shoulder guard thing. His other shoulder naked as the day he was born.
Hmm. Well, I guess he probably protects his left side. Does he have a shield?
He does.
Okay,
In
his
the new
left,
game?
left
Yeah.
side might be protected by a shield. His right side is his sword arm. Is because believe it or not, everyone in the old days was right-handed, and swordsmen were all right-handed.
Mm.
So that's why you had your right-hand man was your number one, and that's why you shake hands with your right hand, and that's why you salute with your right hand. That's all to do with weapons being in the right hand. So his right arm is more exposed. That's why he's got more armor on that side.
Now
But then, this is going to sound dumb, but like if you're like have to be always ready with your weapon and being right-handed,
Yeah.
shouldn't you be saluting with your left hand then to make sure that you're
No,
ready?
that's why you are saluting, is to show them that you're unarmed.
Oh, okay.
Ironically, you use your arm to show that you are unarmed.
That's right. And here's another little fun fact for you. If you a man's shirt opens opposite to a female shirt, the buttons are on the right hand, and when they're done up, the flap of the left will lift, and that's so he can get to his sword when it's a coat. Whereas a lady, the buttons are on the other side. Her shirts will button up the other way, because women,
So what,
women
the
don't
lady,
carry
so the lady
swords.
has to be left-handed swords lady?
No left hands, mate.
Okay, Dave.
Women don't carry swords.
So how does
Wonder
she
Woman
fight?
didn't exist.
So how does
Right,
a lady fight? Because they got Joan of Arc. She was a swords lady.
Yeah.
She would have done buttons on the other side.
She
That's
dressed
difficult.
as a man.
There you
She
go.
dressed as a man, didn't she?
All right, Dave. So I think I've got it. So if I'll just talk this out, and then you tell me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you're approaching from a distance. So the man waves, so you can see he's got nothing in his hand, right? So you let him come a little bit closer. Then he salutes. So just like, look, I'm totally don't have anything in my hand, because we're really worried about things being in hands. And then, of course, there's the handshake, which is like another sort of like, here's my hand, no weapons in my hand. And then, of course, they open mouth kiss, which is to show no weapons are in their mouth. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, those sneaky people that can hide their weapons in their mouth. Nick May put a whole broadsword in there once. I was like, Nick, what's going on? We normally open mouth kiss to say hello. Not today, Spencer.
Not today.
Marty Wells with some Kratos.
Oh, nice.
Nice, Marty.
Oh, well done.
He wanted to point out that he draws these with his finger on his phone as well.
Oh, awesome.
That's good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good on you.
That's rad.
That's
a
a really good practice for any like artist, because like sometimes that's your only sketchbook. I do that as well. I've got some
Yeah, but
ideas.
Alex, you use your toes. That's really weird.
Yes. Jealous of much, Rob?
At least I know you don't have any weapons in your feet, so that's good.
No, they're in someplace other after hours territory.
Easy. Easy. Technically, it is after hours now, but this show could be watched at any time.
That's why I didn't go any further.
Keep it G, bruh. Keep it G. Gangster. Keep it gangster. All right, speaking of gangster, Rob O'Connor with some
nice.
Kratos.
That's
Oh,
nice. That's really cool.
That's
Those
amazing.
lines on his face.
Fantastic.
I like it.
facial expression is
Good on you, Rob.
badass.
Yeah. Would
That is
expect no
awesome.
less, though, would we? Very good, Rob.
The details on the belts and everything. Wicked. All right, we got first of a couple of Mays coming up. Bryony May. Welcome back, Bryony.
Oh,
Good to have
nice.
you.
Good work,
Yeah.
Brian.
Good on
Wow.
you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Shapes.
Very nice, Ronnie.
That's very
That's
cool.
wicked. Look at the feet.
Yeah. Well
Wow.
done.
He's good.
Is there a little Mignola influence going on? No?
Looks pretty
She wouldn't
OG.
even know who Mignola is. Well, she might.
Okay.
Hellboy.
Did you watch a lot of Atlantis?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
She's
go-
not
carry
allowed
on.
to watch TV, Alex.
Oh,
She's
really?
never even seen a picture of Kratos, Alex. She just did that. So
Just did it.
She's just looking at her father and just whipped out a quick sketch.
I'm glad Nick isn't my dad.
She's on next week from my spot, actually.
yeah. I'm going to try something here. So I wasn't going to do anything because I ran out of time. And then I did something and I thought, I wonder if this will work. So need some rock music. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good on you, mate. Oh,
Animation.
What are you doing to live?
He's
oh,
poor guy keeps getting splattered in blood.
that's
right.
bloody good, mate.
As it gets further through the game. I love it.
And very
Well
accurate
done.
to what happens in the game.
Is it really?
Yeah, when you're dying, I think you get bloodier and stuff.
Yeah, as I was doing it, I thought it was. Do you remember? I think it was Wolfenstein. Used to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of a health bar, you'd have your guy down the bottom, and he would show how
That's
damaged
cool.
he was.
Okay.
Well done, mate. I thought
Oh.
Alex was
Nice
the
work, Robert.
animation man.
No, just Rob wants me out. He's like,
He's
Slowly.
muffling in, mate, on your game.
I can't do dancing, Alex. I can just do blinking. So
Well, you
blinking
got,
as far as I can go.
you got blood coming in there, so you
Oh
know,
yeah, there's blood. All right,
you can change the color of that, and then it can be a Valentine's Day special.
all right. You've sold me on it. You're out. I'm in. You talked me round. Let's get another May going. It's Dan May now. Dan,
Oh,
no.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well
That's
done,
really
Dan.
fun. That flexy
Yeah,
neck.
good, mate.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
fair
well done.
neck muscle.
Oh,
It
nice.
actually
putting
looks
the
like Dan.
Instagram handle.
It does a little bit.
That's a self-portrait.
Yep.
Self-portrait, Dan.
Dave, what do you call that muscle on the neck thing?
The trapezius.
Sounds
Perfect. That's how Dick Grayson's parents died, falling off a trapezius.
Well, like Formula One drivers, they've got thick necks to handle G-forces, so Kratos would be good around G-forces.
See that, Fizz? That's you, the god of healing, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
right. We're a second late.
Davo77.
Yeah.
Davo. Beautiful.
Oh, good on you,
That
mate.
is great, Tony.
Nice one, Davo.
I hope people follow Davo. Where's Davo's socials? Because he posts so many little comic strips. Make sure people follow him.
Yeah, he smashes it over. He's on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Webtoons is all the good names are taken. Yeah, give him a look. He's quality stuff.
He's
every
prolific.
day.
Now,
Maybe you
Spedsy,
just go on
this next
Instagram,
one's for you.
Davo, whatever, bottom minus 77.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you said the next one's for me?
Yeah, so get ready to scratch. This one's going to cover the screen. I
Oh,
last
right.
week-
Okay, yeah, right.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Tony Menzies.
Hell yeah, Tony.
Very good, Tony. Wow.
wolf in the foreground. Very fun.
That axe has some weight to it.
Yeah.
Bad for half an hour's work.
Yeah. I will look forward to seeing all the process pieces on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He does put them up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Great work, Tony. Next up is Kelsey.
Oh, I didn't finish it.
Ah, right.
I knew I wasn't going to, so I was like, I better send it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress is all welcome.
What's he killing in that one? What are they called?
The harpies.
The harpies.
Ah, right. Yeah, harpy.
Yeah, it used to. I think in like the third one, you grabbed onto them to go across things, and it was really brutal because they have
Sure.
wings. So you kill them as you're flying them. It was weird.
Yeah. Harpy.
We're getting quite the picture painted of you today, Kelsey. Things being beheaded and pulled on and brutal.
Sometimes you need to kill some stuff in a game and then be a normal human.
Yeah.
And then go back to your retail job.
Work out the demons.
Yeah. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I was telling Sis last night that I like to, at the end of the night, put my pens down and I put my headphones on and I get lost in the game. And leather is an important part of crafting your weapons and whatever. So you got to go around, you got to kill deers and whatnot. My son started playing the game and he can't upgrade his weapons. I said, dude, it's because you got to kill the foxes and the squirrels, and I don't want to kill the animals. Just like to get the other, you got Kelsey on one hand who's like, I want to behead the animals and climb up by their tails and skin them with my bare teeth. And
You have to. If you want to have a good Minecraft house, you have to kill the cows. It's just... Oh, sorry.
Not the cows.
Aren't they called mushrooms or something in
There are
different...
mushroom cows in Minecraft, yes.
Oh, kill those.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
I kill the cows, the pigs, the chickens, but not the horses or the wolves. Because I'm not a monster.
To everyone who's just tuning in, Kelsey's just telling us how we should relax in the evening.
Yeah. Just my hobbies outside of work.
Those mushroom cows, though, they sound like fun guys.
Dave's got to go back on that boat trip to New Zealand. Where are you going next?
Torpedo me.
That place with the slow internet connection.
Yeah. Next up, Nick May. Oh.
What's going on?
How does he relax? He's doing things all the time.
Wimbledon edition. He's got little logos on his shoe, little God of War icons. It's fun.
Nick, did you do what I do? That's you start doing the hair on a leg, thinking this will look cool, and then like 5 hairs in, you're just like, it's going to take me forever. Why did I choose to do hairs?
Yeah,
these odd little knees. You do your knees.
Yeah, I was a bit sus on the knees after I'd drawn them, but anyway, I teach you the
now.
Nothing.
That's how you draw knees.
Yeah, that's a knee.
See, that's triggering for me as well, because when they weren't calling me torch face, they were calling me dick knees. So
I don't see it personally.
Okay. Sizzle, do I have permission to draw dick knees, or what?
He's already gone. He's left the stream.
Permission.
Yeah. Once Kelsey swore early in the show, it was like all bets are off. Now we can let loose.
He's never going to invite me on again.
/ we'd love to have you back next week if you're free. All right. Well, now we're at that weird part of the show where we've kind of used up all the material. And we sort of look around the room, see who we haven't heard from drawing-wise. So, Daryl, are you working digitally?
Yeah, I am. I have a little tablet here to my right, your guys' left.
You're welcome to send it through via email if you like, or if it's a work in progress and you want to just flash it up, we can do that.
I'll send through what I have.
Yeah, cool. We'll check in with Dave again. We'll absolutely crank some of this lo-fi goodness. How's it been, Dave?
What with you in particular you're talking about? Life in general?
Yeah,
Life's been pretty good.
How has the reception been to Amazing Tales 6?
Oh, I've had a couple of nice comments. Actually, Chernobyl made a very nice comment to me on the Instagram, which I very much appreciate. Thank you very much, mate.
He's a nice guy.
Shaden made some nice comments on her show when she interviewed me the other night.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I said nothing but bad things. Nothing but bad things.
So yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah, and are you fully refreshed, Dave, and ready to get back to work?
Yeah, I'm back into it now. Working on, I can tell you later on what I'm working on during our self-promotion period of the show. But this here, I'm working on this character here. I'm just basically copying a painting that I found on the internet.
Yeah, right.
It's a nice painting, but I was hoping to get a bit more done than this in the time, but I must be slowing down a bit.
Still on island time, yeah.
What was that?
Is New Zealand an island?
Yes.
What would it
Now,
be?
yeah.
What would it be if it's not an island, Rob?
I don't know, but then I'm thinking, isn't everything an island, really?
Australia.
Or do you have to be girt by sea?
Australia's not an island, mate.
We're not an island?
No.
Yeah, we're the biggest island and the smallest continent.
We are a continent, so we are not an island.
I thought we were both. That's what we were taught at school.
But Dave, our home is girt by sea. They have it in the song.
We're an island continent, I guess, but you look at any other continent, they're all surrounded by water.
Let's do ComX.
Nick May, what are you often girt by?
Nothing, as it turns out. Nothing can girt this man.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what I expected from the question. Stupid question gets a stupid answer.
Controversy.
Yeah. Mr. Browning.
Yeah.
Where are we at with yours?
Shane should be receiving it right about now.
Okay.
Yep, that now.
Then.
Drink.
Oh, and I just saw. Awesome. Alex.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't been on the show for a couple of weeks, but you've been here in spirit because you've been leaving us with some dancing good times. So much so that we've thought about legit changing the show's name from Drink and Draw to Dance and Draw because there truly is more dancing than drinking. Now, of course, this week we're going to rock out with our jocks on.
Not me, because I see the cameras, doesn't show anything below the shirt, so I'm totally in.
So this is one of my favorite segments. Feel free to dance along at home or headbang or throw the horns up or whatever you want to do, because we're going to check in with Alex and see who Kratos is dancing with. Let's get some tunes back cracking. Let's crank them up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, right. Here we go. All right. Where is it? Press the button.
There you go.
Woo!
Who's
I don't
that?
think you can recognize the Australian character there.
Hi, the Tasmanian tiger. Is that right?
Yeah, Ty, the Tasmanian tiger. Yeah, it's from Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Not quite studio. Have a go.
Good on you, Alex. You've done well, mate. As usual. Fantastic.
There's a lot of them.
That one freaks me out.
Come on, get into it, guys.
I'd love to see
Not those
Sizzle
heads.
getting into it.
Woo! Very quick.
Not yet. Not doing that yet. Hey,
Ring that bell.
Nice.
Getting
All
heavy.
right. Well, that's how that goes.
Awesome, Alex.
Alex actually drew all
Well
of
done,
tonight's animations with his toe. Believe it or not.
So the story goes.
that is. What do I have? I don't have these. That's wrong.
You should
By the
see a
way,
doctor
here
about
here's
that, Alex.
here's the guilty toe.
That's the one.
We just got a whole other
There we
group
go.
of
Here's
fans
my
now
iPad
to
and
show.
the toe. Drawing.
That was your toe.
Weirdly, your foot popped up, Alex, and we just did really well in prisons around the country.
Ratings. Let's not be picky.
Ratings are ratings. Yep.
All right. Well, so for our final two drawings of the night, I believe, of course, we do have one last segment. So if you're playing at home, you do have some time. Otherwise, you can send it through, and we'll show it next week. But right now, Shannon Browning, we'll just go up and down.
Oh, awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
That is great, Shannon.
Thanks, guys.
So your reference was just
well
looking
done,
at Nick.
Shannon.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's great. Great hatching on the blade. Awesome.
Yeah, the deep eyes are really cool.
Yeah.
I love that it's just
Well
going
done,
black on white
Well done.
and then red.
Yeah.
And I
nice.
believe Daryl did the same sort of color scheme.
Big
How-
Daryl.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that is great.
I like
That's
it.
the thing with
Yeah,
him
that's
too,
good,
right?
Daryl.
Isn't it having the axe with a sort of bent handle?
Mm.
That's a
Yeah.
Kratos.
It's more ergonomic for killing.
Yeah.
Puppies.
Yeah.
Don't want to get
Dick
outside.
Wow. That's awesome. Great work, Daryl.
Yeah,
Thank you.
brilliant.
All right. Well, Sis, am I right in saying we're heading into our last segment?
We
Unless-
are. We are indeed. Am I
All right.
pressing it or you pressing it?
I'll press it and I'll see you
Okay.
on the other side.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
Cool. And I'm just going to block the lower row.
Peace out.
ComX.shop. Take that
Yay.
at the bottom. Yeah, so get a whole heap of Australian indie comics. We've got a whole bunch now. We've got over 100 titles. Well, issues,
Wow.
whatever you want to call it. In the shop. Buy a bunch of them. One postage rate within Australia. We've now opened it up. We are now shipping overseas, but that's calculated as per wherever you are. So the shop can now handle overseas international postage. So yeah, come and grab it from wherever you are. Get some Aussie goodness into you. That didn't sound right, but yeah.
No, get it into you. Good, don't worry. It's all good. Get some Aussie comics into you. So now, if so, hypothetically, if Miguel in Peru, big fan of the show, watches it, he can now order the comics without any issues. Is that right, Sizzle?
Yeah, I didn't hear where they were from, but yeah,
They're from
anywhere
Peru.
on the planet. Yeah,
Yeah, from Peru, and his name's Miguel.
yeah.
Not made
sure.
up at all.
We're
I
going to need
tested a few places to see that the postage
Yeah.
worked. So yeah,
Leave a message, Miguel. Make sure people know you're real.
Yeah, and a street number and street name. Like, unfortunately, we need more details than Miguel Peru.
yeah.
It's just unfortunately
We'll
how.
pick up on
I
that.
know
It
him.
won't let you- it won't let you,
I'm not going to
have a
divulge
full address.
Miguel's private details, but Shane's got to get him. He'll get an email from Miguel.
Right. I just finished a big job today. So if you've been playing along at home, I've done some stuff for Sky's Cavern Library issue 2. I did a bunch of stuff, coloring and lettering and whatnot, and a little 2-page crossover with the Devil's Toilet and Sky in the back. Well, issue 3, we've turned it up a notch. I did some lettering for Pete on a story,
Oh,
and I
right.
also did an 8-page story of Sky's Cabin Library crossing over with the characters from Vamoose and the space cheese of it all in the Spedziverse. So that book is coming out later this month, but you can head to ravelrypublications.com.au and grab yourself issue 2 and keep an eye out for issue 3. Otherwise, psychojanitor.com is where all my toilet books, my slug books, my Vamoose books, Larrikin and Just, all that good stuff. Quick!
I've been dodging this one for a while, but I'm going to continue to dodge it. But I have ordered all my comics to print, so hopefully I have something to share very soon. Until then, I'm just going to pass it over to Kelsey.
I don't actually have any physical comics. I originally did my comic on Webtoon last year, and I'm actually in the process of rewriting it and re-illustrating it. You can still check it out. It's still on there. It's called Omens on Webtoon Canvas. But there's a whole lot of changes that have gone through, so it's completely different. So if you do read it, it's not canon.
Awesome.
And obviously you can still follow me on Instagram because I'm always lurking.
Wicked.
Alex. Oh wait, wrong way. Alex.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Alex. Alex. I don't want to say Alex.
No, you're Alex.
Sorry, I'm new to this whole.
Strap in,
thing.
people. Here we go.
Yeah. So,
Get a
anyways,
coffee.
let's get the. Nobody's promoting the YouTube channel, so I'll do the honors for that one. Make sure you subscribe. Is there a subscribe GIF?
None of us are
There
ready.
you go. Subscribe.
Okay.
And subscribe to the channel, and then also click like on the videos. So the algorithm's like, oh yeah, I got to show this to all the other peeps, like Miguel in Peru, and then also ring a bell. So make sure you don't miss any of the videos. There's also a bunch of other awesome shows. Make sure you don't just watch watch Drink and Draw first, and then once you finish watching it 3 times, then you can start watching the other shows 5 times.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about myself, so let's go to not Lee Chalker, because he's in the middle, to Nick May. But watch Lee, since I mentioned Lee, he has a show on Tuesdays, Chinwag show. Make sure you watch that. Now go to Nick.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
That's enough from me.
I never had enough of you, Nick. Just go on.
You, Nick. Yeah.
Correct. You can follow me on Instagram at Chernobyl. If you are an artist with a unique skill, could you please send me my pages for Vamoose 4? Really looking forward to seeing them one day this century. Yeah, I mean, that's my eternal shame, and I don't feel like talking anymore. So over to you, Daryl.
Thanks. Yeah, check out Wildfire on Webtoon Canvas as well. That's Wildfire with a Y. Yeah, that's just been just the side thing that I've been working on, and we're looking to finish the entire I guess you could say like the first bit of it by the end of this year. A lot's happening. A lot has already happened. That's up online at the moment, and yeah, we release on a fortnightly kind of basis. So yeah, just check that out. That's all I really have to say to plug myself. On to you, Dave.
All right, I'll just try and get my face onto the screen here. I've just got to find the
Yeah, we want to see you as you plug yourself.
I've lost the button. I don't know what I do. Hang on.
It's okay. We can see you. Just lie on the table.
Just pretend you're Shannon for a minute and awkwardly look at your own reference.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Here he is. What happened? Yeah, I've got Amazing Tales #6 out. Actually, on my way down to Melbourne recently, I dropped into the Ballarat Heroes headquarters. I shop there and dropped in a heap of copies of Amazing Tales and all my work. So you can drop into Ballarat. I've had one customer from there contact me to tell me how much they enjoyed Amazing Tales #1.
That's awesome.
And they're going back this weekend to buy all of the rest of my stuff in there. So,
oh, sweet,
great,
well done.
Great shop to get involved with is Heroes Headquarters in Ballarat. Another great shop to be involved with is the ComX shop. Get your stuff in there if you haven't got them there. And Sizzle sells lots of stuff there, so get it online there. I'm also got my comics available in Owner Indie.
Yep. Yeah, it is
That's
worth
all
noting
from
that Heroes HQ in Ballarat have stopped stocking American comics, or like new this week floppies, and they're doing just Australian comics. And it's pretty much a case of if you rock up there, they'll literally pay you for your books. Yeah, I was in there and she said, "What do you got?" And I laid them out and she said, "All right, I'll take this, and this." Yeah, so if you're a creator, it's a no-brainer to get in there and get your books on the shelf, because Ballarat is a big tourist destination, and tourists from America don't want American comics. They want the comics of local Australian stuff. So get it in
They
there.
can buy the Yankee stuff in their own country. And that's Janine we're talking about. Lovely lady. One more thing is that I've got a story in the next, in #3, I think, of Sky's Cavern Library. I've illustrated a story.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Is that the same one as yours?
Same one, yeah.
Right. And currently I'm working on a comic for Reverie. Rick McLean. There's the I'm working out, drafting the pages out here. I've only got a last 3 to do.
Nice.
They're the draft layouts with text, etc. And I tell you, this is written by James Broadhurst, who wrote the other one Rick McLean, that I illustrated. He's a bloody good writer. I recommend people get Rick McLean. It's a great comic series. Spedsy's done some work on Rick McLean. Who else has done somewhat? Anyone else? No, but it is a great series.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough from me. Shannon, take it away, mate.
I'm not really working on much at the moment. I'm trying to get the real world to work for me again. But I am on Instagram at Shan Studios, or at Shan Studios, and I'm also on YouTube at Gung Ho Movie Maker. So if you want to find me, I'm out there. Probably pop up in a few other places as well, but that's all I've got at the moment.
Yeah, awesome.
You are in the later. Shannon you have got a story, a page in the Doug and Sizzle.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this just arrived for me recently as well.
Sweet.
My copy of Sizzle and Doug, which my beloved Bionic Bunny makes an appearance. I think that's him on the cover. Right
It
there.
is, yeah.
Yeah. So I was thrilled that arrived, and that was a good read as well. It was very entertaining.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a few people that haven't noticed that their characters are on the cover yet. It's an interesting thing when people find it. Well, I don't want to give it away. I want them to find it in their own time. But there are lots of people that have no idea that their characters are on the cover.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest published congregation of Australian characters I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, myself and a group of others back in the day, we tried doing an Aussie comic crossover. It was called Ozslord. Wasn't that successful. We didn't have anywhere near that many different creators working with us. So, yeah, very impressive piece of work.
Yeah,
if I
awesome.
had a hat on, Rob, I'd take it off to you because you did a good job on that cover, Spedsy. Well done, mate.
Thanks, man.
You did.
Thanks, man. Kieran, what about you?
Still very much a work in progress on the coffee table, but you can follow that progress on Instagram at Kieran Alexander Comics, And you can follow the artist Chris Wood on Instagram as well. His handle is Chris Wood Inc.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, I believe that is our show. For Kieran and Daryl, we hang around after the show. It can be 5 minutes. It can be a million minutes. It's up to you. But for you, the viewer at home, we're going to love you and leave you. Before we go, we'll just, I believe we have an updated work in progress from Kelsey. Is that right? Looking at the
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh,
More
whoops.
blood.
Take that,
I
Harpy.
had to add more blood.
Yeah.
Love it.
More blood. Nice.
More blood. More blood.
More blood. More no.
We're a kids show, I swear.
Oh,
all right.
gee.
Well, let me tell you, because Tony Menzies made a good point last week that, and I'm talking slowly while my computer loads, it is good of us to say who is the character for next week's show so that people can get a head start. Because back in the day, we used to sort of force each other to draw within the hour, but that realized for some people that's just not doable. Some people like doing massive things. So start drawing now if you wish, and you can send them in all throughout the week, and Sizzle will get them preloaded, ready to go. Point of this story is next week's character is Sherlock Holmes, which will be very interesting because there's lots of different interpretations. Will he be playing tennis with Nick knees? We don't know yet. We'll find out.
He will be.
Let's make it, Mr. May.
But yeah. Until then, so Sis, if you were Sherlock, that would make me Watson. Quick, you'd probably be the magnifying glass. I don't know the universe very well. Well, that's been our show. So we will catch you next week for Sherlock Holmes and more nonsense. So remember, eat your prayers and say your vitamins. And ooh yeah, the macho man.
See you later.
See ya.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to ComX.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright Sis, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle? Sausage sizzle. #Bunnings.